Hello and welcome back. Today we deal with another current affairs / essay quickie video, and the topic for today is secularism. We all know that secularism is inherent in the basic structure of our constitution, but why is it lately that it has become such a hot potato? Let's talk a little about that today. November 26th, last year, during the celebration for Law Day, or which is also known as the Constitution Day, Union Home Minister Mr. Rajnath Singh bemoaned in the parliament that secularism was the most misused term in the country. The issue went further when the Attorney General dropped the word secularism altogether and referred to us as a socialist democratic republic repeatedly in his speech addressing the Law Day function on the Supreme Court lawns. And this was in the presence of the Union Law Minister, the Chief Justice of India, and other Supreme Court judges. Many believe that Mr. Rajnath Singh was essentially voicing a belief that secularism was alien to the constitution, that it was only during the emergency era that secularism stealthily crept into our constitution because it was added into the preamble by an amendment. That belief, though popular, is not quite right. Let's talk about that, but first, let's understand what is secularism. Universally accepted definition would explain it as follows. Secularism is a principle that involves two basic propositions. First is strict separation of the state from religious institutions, which means that the state does not have an official religion. And second is that the people of different religions and beliefs are equal before the law. So let's get back to the topic at hand. And to understand that, we have to go back into the pages of history to understand what really happened. On November 15th, 1949, Professor K.T. Shah, a socialist member of the Constituent Assembly, moved a resolution to include the words secular, federal, and socialist in Article 1 of the Constitution. But Professor K.T. Shah's amendment was defeated because Dr. Ambedkar felt that secularism was already explicit in the Constitution and need not be reiterated. Okay, so that means that secularism is such an essential part of our constitution that the constitution makers felt that it does not even need to be stated in words, and it's a part of the very essence of our constitution. Further, on April 24, 1973, the Supreme Court, with its then full strength of 13 judges, ruled in the Nanda case that secularism was a part of basic structure of the constitution. But despite the constitution's secular nature being held to be a part of basic structure, matter did not come to rest. During the emergency era came the 42nd Amendment in 1977, and that amendment was also called the mini constitution because of the umpteen number of changes it brought with it. One of them was that it resurrected Professor Shah's suggestion and inserted the word secular in the preamble. After that came the 44th Amendment by the then Junta government, and the 44th Amendment did most of the work done by the 42nd Amendment. However, the Junta government chose to preserve the addition of the word secular to the preamble. Now, what we must remember is that the law minister who piloted the 44th Amendment by the Junta government was Mr. Shanti Bhushan, and his colleagues in the ministry were Mr. L.K. Advani and Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And today, some of the new leaders of the same political party renounce the responsibility to protect secularism and suggest that it was never a part of our constitution. What do we say to that? Our view is that secularism is inherent in the basic structure of our constitution and beyond the power of any government with whatsoever majority to erase or abrogate it. We have a rich cultural heritage which has been molded by years, rather centuries of shared history. And secularism is something which the framers of our constitution believed to be an inherent part of the main essence of our constitution. It has been consolidated by the Nanda judgment and by its official insertion in the preamble. So the question remains, can any political leader or even an elected government official renege from its responsibility to protect this principle of secularism? What do you guys think? Leave us your views in the comments section. Leave us any requests, suggestions, or feedback. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and see you soon.